This is Renee at Tridea Partners, and today I'm going to go over navigation paths and customizing your home page. Let's start with the navigation paths. In GP, there are always two routes to reach a given window. Your windows are generally always categorized into 7 content panes. These 7 are transactions, cards, inquiries, reports, routines, utilities, and setups. The traditional route to navigate to these windows is by using the menu bar up top here. The other navigation path is by using these module buttons on the left-hand side here and driving from module to content pane to specific window. Let's take a look back up top here at the menu bar. So before I said that there were 7 content panes in total, but here we only see 4, transactions, inquiry, reports, and cards. The other 3, setup, utilities, and routines, are actually located under this Microsoft Dynamics GP button and then tools. And you'll notice if I go to one of these content panes, for example, setup, here we'll actually be able to navigate to a module and then to a specific window. So if I wanted to look at the payable setup, I could go here. So Microsoft Dynamics GP, Tools, Setup, Purchasing, and then Payables. And I'm going to minimize that. I could also reach the same window by clicking on Purchasing and then scrolling down to my Setup content pane and then clicking on Payables. So that takes you to the same path. I personally like this module-based navigation better just because it gives you a visual of all the links available to you. Let's take a look at customizing the home page. First, display your home page if you aren't already on this page. On the right-hand corner, click on the link that says Customize this page. This window allows you to select or deselect checkboxes for items that you wish to include or exclude on your home page. So let's mark a couple of these. And you'll notice that when I selected these checkboxes, I can actually click on the blue expansion arrow to input a little bit more detail as to what specifically I would like to include on this page. So here under to-dos, I can either choose to include or exclude reminders, tasks, and notifications. You'll notice I have another expansion arrow for reminders and tasks, and this takes me to the specific reminders window, so I can actually create new custom reminders, modify them, or remove them. And then I also have a couple of predefined GP reminders that I can include, so I'm just going to mark a couple of them. And I'm just going to modify the rule here a little for setting the reminders. I'm going to click OK. And then here under quick links, I can actually choose to add links to windows that I commonly use, and this is beneficial for users if they are always using the same 1 or 2 windows and would prefer to just have a content pane on the home page that they can easily access with links to all of those windows. So to add a window, I can click on this add button here, and I can actually choose to add a GP window, a GP navigation list, and even a web page or external program or file. So for the sake of this example, I'm going to go ahead and add a window. And then here, what I'll need to do is I'll need to decide whether this is from transactions, inquiry, reports, or cards. And so I'm going to go ahead and say I want to add the sales order transaction screen. So I'm going to click on transaction, and then I'm going to navigate to the module that this is located in. And then I'm going to click on sales transaction entry and click OK. And so if I actually want to modify this or delete it, I can highlight this and make those changes by selecting these buttons here. So I'm going to click OK now. And I've added that. And then the same goes with reports. If I were to click on this blue expansion arrow, I would be able to add more details. Down here in column layout, I can choose whether my content pane should lay out in 1 column, 2 columns, or 3 columns. And then I can decide whether I want them to be stacked from the top, bottom, right, or left. So I'm going to go ahead and click OK. And you should see my changes made here. So now I have my to-do content pane, my reports, as well as quick links. For more tips and tricks, feel free to visit Tridea's online blog or contact us at the email both listed below. Thanks for listening.